I have a question for you. Are you going, feeling like you're stuck on a treadmill and wondering where it's going to get you, what the point is? You might feel stressed, overwhelmed, helpless, hopeless, maybe even that sense of like, what the heck is the point of all of this? I was in a session with a client this week and we were laughing about being on the treadmill of BS. And I said, that's a great podcast episode. So I wrote it down and here we are talking about it today. If this is you, I want you to listen so you can get tips on how to jump off the treadmill of BS. But first, I'm Dr. Amanda Barrientos, the founder of NFA Coaching, the host of Max Potential Habits. I'm psyched you're here to learn tips, tools, and hear inspirational interviews so you can optimize your habits so you can thrive in your life and business. And obviously, we're not thriving when we're on the treadmill. Also, I wanted to say thank you for the recent review I got from Dr. Laser Beam Larry. First, I love that name. I don't know who you are, but I smiled so big when I read your review. Dr. Laser Beam Larry says, just started listening and I love this podcast. It was the perfect thing to get me going in the morning. Manifesting tools, the law of attraction, great tips. I'm pumped to create today. High fives, Dr. Laserbeam Larry. Thank you. If you take a screenshot, anyone listening, if you love what you're listening to, it helps me so much spread the word and make a bigger impact in the world and grow our NFA tribe if you leave a review. Take a screenshot of it, send it to mphraffle@nfacoaching.com. This link is in the show notes, and you will be entered in to win a raffle prize that I draw every single month. So thank you so much in advance for that. It really helps me out. And besides that, I don't know if there's anything better than hearing from you how this is impacting you. I do this every week. I put my heart and soul and energy into this podcast, into it. It also goes out on YouTube, IGTV. I do other videos like quote of the week on LinkedIn and Instagram and all kinds of cool stuff. And I'm doing that because I want to connect with you and I want to know that it's resonating and landing. So when I get those reviews, I'm like, yes, high fives, awesome. It's impacting you and that matters to me so much. So thank you for being here. Thank you for doing that. That's awesome. Okay, so back to the treadmill. First, I want to say I totally get it. I think that I've lived a lot of my life on the treadmill. A lot. I mean, I've been one of those people that was just a go-getter from day one. When I set a goal, I would make it happen. And my mantra was like, I'll make it happen, hell or high water. Listen to the languaging there. I'll make it happen. There's a lot of force. There's a lot of push. There's a lot of effort that goes into that. Hell or high water. That kind of attracts hell or high water my way. And what would happen is that I would commit to something and no matter what, I would make it happen. But what the result was me being burned out, stressed, frustrated, overloaded, and at points in my life going, what is the point of any of this? Like getting to that place of crying in bed and just going, I don't understand why I'm doing any of this. What is the point? And the reason for that is because when we get stuck on that treadmill, and I hear this happen to a lot of people, we get overwhelmed, we put too much on our plates. You know, as high achievers, we're like, let's take it all on. Let's build our business as fast as we possibly can. Let's put 50 goals on the plate. And then in the process, we lose ourselves and we lose the connection to why we're doing it in the first place. We lose the connection to our why. We lose ourselves really. And what we're seeking is a sense of fulfillment and meaning in life. But when we get on the treadmill, we forget that. And we think that once we get the thing at the end of the light at the end of the tunnel, which on a treadmill, there is no end, which is why it's a perfect example. There's nothing there because wherever you go, there you are. If you work your butt off for a year, 5, 10 years building a business, and at the end of those 10 years you get there and you hate what you've built because you've created a prison for yourself, what's the point? And that's something I've really asked myself on this journey because in learning manifestation mindset habits, I realized that joy is a habit. I realized that alignment is a habit. I realized that me waking up in the morning and running as fast and hard as I possibly can is just a habit, and that I have the power to change it. So if you're feeling this way, which I don't know of a person that I've talked to that is attracted my way, because, you know, it's called NFA coaching, no fucking around coaching, you're probably a high achiever. And in that, I also want you to be NFA joy, NFA balance, NFA loving every moment of your life. That is the point. NFA also stands for neuro freedom alignment. And in that, it's you balancing out your thoughts, your beliefs, your decisions, your actions to be aligned to manifest what you want. And it's been really fun in this last year to dive deep into manifestation and understand that energy is your greatest source of manifestation. And to be aligned in your energy, it takes you being in a state of joy, not hustle, not overwhelm, not stress. When you're in those states, you're going to be more repellent. You're actually going to be feeling a sense of dis-ease, which is a repellent energy. And so if you're aligned, what does that actually feel like? Alignment feels like you get up in the morning and you're like, you ask yourself, what would bring me joy today? And you do that first to get your energy aligned. I know I've said it here before, but I don't know exactly what the quote is, but it's Gandhi talks about when he had a lot on his schedule to do, he would meditate twice as long. So it's like, oh, I've got a lot to do today, I better meditate twice as long, which is counterintuitive, right? When we have a lot on our schedule, we tend to like wake up, feel instantly stressed, go straight to the checking of the boxes on everything that we need to do, and start organizing our day in our mind in bed, like the second we wake up. And what does that do to your energy? If you imagine waking up in the morning and going like, I actually have a new watch that doesn't even beep at me, it just vibrates. So it vibrates instead of beeping at me to wake up. And that state of adrenaline that you get into right when the beeping starts, that I hate. I would always feel like this is not a nice way to wake up. And I'm not one of those people that wakes up naturally at 6 o'clock. Like that just, sometimes it happens to me, but not frequently. So I've been letting myself sleep a little bit more. I've been waking up with my vibration alarm, which is like, I wake up in this nest. I got a really fabulous 3-inch feather bed for the top of my pillow top. So I've just been enjoying the softness of life and being a person who gets to feel relaxed because I'm creating that as a habit. And I'm switching my thinking because the more that I read about manifestation and the law of attraction, the more I know that when I'm energetically aligned in joy and enjoying the things I do in my life, I actually get to attract opportunities my way without it being so much effort and hard work. And that's not to say I don't work every day. Obviously, I work a lot, but it doesn't feel like work. It feels like effortless joy because I'm doing the things that I love on a daily basis. And I'm not in this place of force jumping on the treadmill the second that I wake up. So let's talk about what you can do to get to the place of jumping off the treadmill. To listen to the full episode, head on over to nfacoaching.com, hit the podcast link, and it'll take you to all of the full episodes. And go ahead and leave some comments. I'd love to hear from you to know how these inspirational interviews, tips, and tools are impacting you in your life and business. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on any of the Max Potential Habits episodes.